All right. Time's up. Let's do this. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh. An interesting Ace Attorney to start with? Perhaps. I don't know anything about Ace Attorney. I was gifted this game, and I've been interested in the Ace Attorney series, so we're playing it today. I looked at the Steam page. Looks pretty popular, well received. We're gonna start here. Paw is gonna love this if Paw sees it. How's it going, animator? Yep, Ace. Correct. We're starting with Ace Attorney today and not Tyrone versus Cops. Jesus. That's on the list, though. Do you know how long about Tyrone versus Cops takes? It's a very good game, but is technically a spin-off of the main Ace Attorney games. It did seem like it was set in like is it set in a different like general time period setting? Seems like it's thematically a little different. Tyrone versus Cops is a roguelite. Okay. Shuffle these around. Tutor. Tutor. Okay. Pilot and steer and drive and maneuver. I mean, I feel like those work a little too well together. Cattle and ranch and Wrangler? Wait, hold on. Wrangler is also like a vehicle type, is not? I don't see others though. Cape Cod. Cape Cod. Cape? Huh. Mission. Lucky. It feels like something blank or blank something. You know, like Lucky Seven or something like that. You know what I mean? Did you like my drawing? I think I pinged you with my response. I did like it though. Merchandise and investment kind of work together. Cattle Ranch and Wrangler, but all kind of feel like they fit together as well. Diesel. Diesel. Vin Diesel. Broth. Like sad, yeah, sad kind of dark. Sad kind of dark. Not literally, I can't see what's going on. The most surface level comment imaginable. I notice you used black. Uh, Tutor. I mean, besides an old family, what else is this? Gap is also like a brand, right? I mean, I guess technically Mission is to. Isn't Cape Cod also? Hmm. Ooh, this one's tough for me. Merchandise, ending with dice and starting with merch. No, that's not what it means. It was literally visualization of me zoning out to music. Oh, word. Okay. Well, it still kind of gave that vibe, I'm not gonna lie. Something a little subconscious. What is good? What is bad, perhaps? Nothing bad, as far as I can tell. I'm doing all right. Perhaps a little bit tired, but not too bad otherwise. Quick, help. Cape Cod, Cod. Call of Duty. Cape. Something you wear. Uh, I mean, cattle and rant. I still feel like these kind of fit, but it, see, wrangler and steer, these all work together. I think that might have been like a bait. Ping pong? Ping pong? Ping pong. You pingin' Diddy? Wrangler and Diesel are jeans brands. I thought Gap probably is too then, right? Is that what we're looking at? I didn't realize Diesel was. Is it Tudor or Lucky? For some reason, Lucky comes to mind here. For some reason, Lucky comes to mind. Why? Yes, we know something about fashion. Let's go. Now you're getting ranch vibes? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I think it might have been a bait because there was steer in the yellow as well. It was like cattle and ranch and stuff like that. I don't fashion these nuts upon your chin. Huh. For some reason I'm getting like food kind of things going on here. Mission is a brand of tortilla, but I don't know if that's really what we're looking for. Raw. Brother? No. Can't really just add ER. Tutor. It's not gonna be just like a homophone thing. I love how broad merchandise is. Hey, thank you for contributing to the 24-hour stream challenge. Merchandise. I don't know why I just feel like I should click on. I don't even think that's right. That doesn't seem right. Words you get if you use letters. I don't know. Is Tudor also a brand of food? Hold on. To Google. Tudor food? No, not really. It's not like a brand that's. I could watch DJ at 2 p.m. and not 2 a.m. Like watching the VODs or something. This is not right, but I'm clicking on it anyways. One away. Okay, well, at least we're not completely off. What if I click this one as well? Is this one also one away? Oh shit, that was actually right. House styles? House styles? The only one I know here is Tudor. Oh, the 24-hour thing. Merchandise, broth, investment, and cattle. What you got for me? What stock might refer to? Broth, cattle, investment, and merch. Okay, you know what? I can see that. That's really fucking hard to put those words together, but like at least that makes sense. Those all mean stock. Okay, I believe that. The house styles was not something I was ever getting. I've never heard of a Cape Cod house. Mm-mm. Oof, ouch, owie, and bang. Scary. That's our first word today. And then we'll go with blink as our second. Okay, we've got an I and an S, and that's all we've got. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. From ouch to uh-oh, how bad does it hurt? I feel like that's not a fair scale. I feel like that doesn't quite cover the entire range of human emotions when it comes to pain. Usually, at neither end of the spectrum do I go, uh-oh. Okay. Uh, can't be something like Oasis. I do like maybe an IS ending. You got some heat in your ratings. Um, IS, like something IS. Uh, no. Hmm. TI? T something TOTTU? I don't know, maybe just a third word is necessary here. Oh, dude, we got a great third. What? Damn it. It has another letter in it. It's two E's. I listened to the Leap Years album, never heard of it. With a little push, a pattern appears. What the fuck did you just say? What are those words in that order? With a little push, a pattern appears. With a little put in the album, in the music. Wait, I bet it's something that'll make the possibly. Um, maybe an SID ending. It's the name. The whole name of it is the Leap Years album with a little push a pattern appear. Oh, with a little push a pattern appears is the name of the album. Gotcha. I see now that the first word is capitalized, but not the other ones. I see. Uh, ISID. Uh, stupid. No, no, can't start with an S. Yeah, yeah, I got there eventually. Uh, can't be Wizen. Damn it. Can't start with an S. Can't be something like vapid either. You know what? Give me like gourd. I just want a third word so that I know where the fuck I'm going. We've got an O, in place, in place. It can't be foist. Because I can't be third. Something O S something IS. Um, used. Not enough letters. Rosin? No. I don't think Mosin is a word. It's a name, is it not? There's no U, so it can't be Lewis. That's a name anyways. Posit. Ooh, posit? Ooh. Ew, that's a tough one. That's not an easy one, y'all. Go Libya. Ooh, hey, pretty close. Italy? Are we up? Nope, not across the Mediterranean, so we're in this area. Uh, Sudan? No, Sudan borders, damn. Fuck Guam? Yeah, fair enough, man. It's closer to Sudan. Ooh, but not bordering. Close, very marginally closer to Sudan. So it's not just going to be like due south or due west or anything like that. It has to be close to both of them, but not touching either. So something like right here. I don't know what this is, though. I don't think it's going to be Equatorial Guinea. But it is close to Equatorial Guinea, as expected. So we're like right here. Anybody know the countries right around here? I don't know much about Central Africa. We might have to put a pin in this one because I don't think I'm coming up with this country. It's not South Sudan because obviously bordering. Can't be Congo or Republic of the Congo, I don't think. Maybe it could be Congo, but I'm pretty sure Congo is like. Eh, I could try Congo. I think it's a little too far south, but yeah, a little too far south. I don't know what this is, so we're just gonna have to come back. Umastan? Yeah, probably. That's where all they that's where they grow the horses. All right, Dave. So solo artist, solo female artist, top 300 before 2014, Mariah Carey. Nope, after 95 as well, but we are looking at female solo pop. Sudan? We just guessed Sudan. Sudan's right here. This is Sudan. It can't be South Sudan because it's not bordering Sudan. Okay, Lady Gaga? Oh, wow, not with it. Oh, we're very specific years. Okay, 1996 to 2002. 96 to 02. And we're not close on the popularity either, so somewhere between 150 and 80. T Swift? Nope. Too early for T Swift. Not popular enough either. Pink? Pink is from around that time, but Pink might even be like 95 or something. Might even be earlier than that. She might be early 90s. Not sure. We can try Pink. Now Pink's 2000. Okay. So we're in 96 to 99. Damn, that totally could have been the answer, too. I was actually right on the money there. So this is someone that's basically exactly 150 in popularity, because they have to be above 154, but below 148. You know pretty much exactly what they are. 96 to 99, right around Pink's popularity. Pop. Avril Lavigne? Maybe? I feel like Avril Lavigne was after 2000, though. Pretty sure Christina Aguilera was a little too far back. Not 100. It could be Christina Aguilera, but I feel like she was more like early 90s. Oh, no, she's 99. Okay. Well, we got the year right now, but unfortunately not popular enough. So 99, not Christina Aguilera, not. Oh, who am I thinking of? There's also Christina Perry. I want to say that's around the same. Really, Christina Perry was 2011. Damn. First song I heard of hers must have been her first hit. I thought she was way older than that. Huh. Maybe she started her career late or something? I feel like the first song I heard of hers, she wasn't some 17-year-old like they usually are when they got a new pop star. It's not going to be Rihanna. Can't be R&B, so we can't pick any of those. Huh. We'll have to wait till Jordan shows up for this one. I'm sure he'll get it in 3 seconds. Not Britney Spears? Could be might be Britney Spears. Feel Now I guess she was around 99. Could be Britney. Could be Britney. Yeah, there we go. It's Britney. Britney is that time period. I'm surprised she is where she is. I didn't think Pink would be more popular than Britney Spears. I know Pink has had some pretty big hits, but I mean, it's Britney Spears, right? Yeah, Toxic's good, right? Like, the blank is an blank blank in the blank of the blank of blank 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 of the blank blank. That's not that's not a list. This is I mean it's a list, but this list doesn't have an and in it. You are you are you bar certified? No. Why? I would suggest you call Saul. In the blank of the blank of blank 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 of the blank blank is an okay, it is the blank 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 and is the blank 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 in the blank the largest, the longest, something like that. Well, then why are you playing Ace Attorney? I'm not the guy who's doing like these things didn't happen to me. I'm not the one prosecuting. It's what's his name? Phoenix Wright. I can report you to your state's bar for impersonating. Yeah? Okay, they're gonna have to go find Phoenix Wright then. Blank blank under you know what? I'm gonna go with largest. It is the largest. It is the largest. In the center. In this it is the center. Is a is an blank blank. The blank. The blank. This is a monument. This is a location. This is I'm out of here. Okay. Thanks for stopping by to slander me and then leave. The game you're playing is actually about Phoenix's ancestor. Oh, that's okay, that's interesting. So it's some other Wright. It's one of the old Wright brothers. Yeah, we're trying to move through the doles quickly as well. By the way, I'm gonna close out of the animal dole. We've taken a little while on some of these. I don't want to delay too long. I'd like to get through a fair amount of the story today. But I do like the game though. We like the game though. I'm still gonna play the game though. And is the largest blank blank in the blank in the world. Blank blank under the blank blank. Something in depth in blank and was blank discovered. Dis No, discovered's too many letters. And was blank in blank blank. Under. Oh, is this like ancient as well? The Colosseum? No, not Colosseum. That has too many L's in it. Why did I even type that? Um, let me try Rome though. Aha! In the center of the blank of Rome. In the center of the blank of Rome. Blank blank of the Roman. The Roman. The. If it's not the Colosseum, then what the fuck is it? The. It's not an aqueduct. That's not enough letters. Also, can we move the cam down to see the used words? Well, unfortunately, you're not going to see a whole lot, but sure. Wait, what was that? The global median for this puzzle is 77 guesses. Bullshit. We're on 4. In the center of the city of Rome, Italy, blank blank of the Roman the Rubicon or something? No, it's not. I don't think it's is it underground? No. Underground isn't enough letters. Subterranean? Subterranean's too many letters. Uh, Parthenon? Nope. Amphitheater? Is that a thing? Amphitheater? Amphitheater? What's an amphitheater? Is that like the original spelling of amphitheater or something like that? Amphitheater. No. No, not amphitheater. Not Parthenon. Not Colosseum. Shit. What a horrible attempt at a scam. Do you see this shit? Hold on. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We're looking at look at this. Look at this. Hi. The first time chatter, by the way. Hi, let's play together tomorrow. My Discord username is Boygim5. I had to go do something real quick, not present tense, past tense. I'll be waiting for your request. Not even any attempt. Not any attempt to become friends with anyone. Like, you couldn't even try to hide the scam. It's just like, I've never met you. I'm never gonna talk to you again. Let's play a game. Like, are we for real? Fuck off. I don't know what this is. Fuck. I'm trying to think of old Roman buildings. It's large. It's the largest. It's big. Much like myself. Um, much like myself. It's the largest. Everybody says, wow, what a large structure. Pantheon. I mean, it could be. No, Pantheon's not enough letters. Bro, desperate for kidneys and Bitcoin, right? Pantheon isn't enough letters. I'm trying to think of like the really big bathhouse or some shit. Is this a monument? There's one word for monument. Use. So it had a use. That's good. Did they have a courthouse that had a specific name? Like the Praetoria or something? Uh, Law. No. Bath. No. Combat. No. We're not getting any of those. Man-made. Man-made? No. Constructed. Construct. Okay, so it was something that was constructed. That's probably an easier way to put it. During blank blank, the blank was constructed. Yeah, okay, so it was built. Cool. All right. Neat. During the reign of uh Augustus. It wasn't an Augustus thing. I mean, it was a reign. So this was after we had already moved on from the Republic, right? This was the Roman Empire, not the Roman Republic. Blank blank were blank during the reign were I mean use is already given, right? So like I don't use doesn't count. Were made some renovations perhaps during the reign of the blank 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 blank. You know what? Honestly, give me a hint. Elliptical, but not the Colosseum? Did I spell it wrong? It's an amphitheater. Okay, but what's it called? I just um hmm uh Amphoria? That's not enough letters. Colosseum. Yeah, it could be just something spelled differently, and for some reason the AI didn't give me. Yep, I had it. I had it fucking 20 words ago. They just didn't like the spelling. Lame. Okay, let's get through these quick. I don't know who the fuck you are, buddy. You look very leathery, though. Let's go Final Fantasy 15. I'm pretty confident it's not 15. Of course you would force me to... Ugh. Oh shit, this is actually Final Fantasy. Is that FF10? Is that... Oh, is it 10? Or is it 10-2? Might be 10-2. I don't remember anyone in the original Final Fantasy that looked like that. Correct franchise, wrong saga. Okay. Is this like tactics or something? Because this looks like Final Fantasy X, yeah? Is that 7? No, there's no fucking way this is 7. I might believe 8? I don't remember a character that looks like this in 7. Yeah, 10 is Titus. Yeah, but I this looks so 10-2 had a very different style to 10, despite having the same characters, and I thought this was Yuna. That's Mifu? Huh. Okay, I guess I'll go 7. That's not 7, it's 8. 7 didn't have that character. I was about to say, this motherfucker was not in Final Fantasy 7. How many mainline Final Fantasy games are there? I think they've come out with 16 now, but there's 3 in the 13 series. So technically that's 18. There's 2 in the 10 series, and then they've remade the 7s, so like you could say there's like 22. I don't know who the fuck this is. I still don't know who the fuck this is. Anybody know anything about weird like Invisigun thing going on here? What is this? Is that a Terminator? Is this like fucking Terminator? Oh, this is still artwork for a game. This is not character. Oh, well then heck if I know. Oh, this is okay. Hmm. Okay, which Metroid? It feels very Metroid now to me. Maybe I'm still mistaken. It could be Guilty Gear, but for some reason I'm getting Metroid vibes. I'm gonna at least try a Metroid. All I see is Boola. Okay, fair enough, I guess. I'll try like a random Metroid game. Okay, we're not in Metroid. What what is this? Oh, this is like it's like a gas mask? Is that what that is? But there's also Booba, which you're not wrong about. There's definitely Metal Gear Solid. Which one? One of the early ones? I'm gonna go with Acid. It's not Acid. It is Metal Gear though. It's definitely Metal Gear. Anybody know about the blonde girl in Metal Gear? I don't know anything about Metal Gear. That is not a series I have interacted with much. Snake Eater? Mmm, tasty. Nope, not Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 1? It does look rather old. It's gonna be one of these. Metal Gear Solid 1. It is indeed Metal Gear Solid 1. Peak image. uh, no, we're not feeling that. Okay, guess we won't do the character today. The fuck? Alright. Dinner, police, point and click. Oh. Oh. Wait. Why am I... Hold on. I'm immediately getting... Am I getting... Not heavy rain. Am I getting heavy rain vibes? That's not quite what I'm thinking of. Or is it? It's like a... What's the game that I'm trying to think of where, like, one of the investigators that's working with you to find this murderer is actually the murderer? No, Heavy Rain's not what I'm thinking of, but it's got a very similar vibe, the one that I am thinking of. But maybe I'm just Dinner, police, point and click. Jason. Jason. There's also the 15 minutes game or 10 minutes. I don't even know if that indie game would make it on here. Press A to Jason. Not Is it just called 12 minutes? That doesn't seem right. I'm gonna click it though because I don't remember. Holy shit, we actually got it. In indie game I actually know. What a way to ruin a serious scene in a video game. I knew it was in about a minute. It was somewhere between, I guess, 10 and then I guess 15, man. It was right in the middle. It's not like it was 43 minutes or something. Have you guys seen this game? It's a very decision heavy game. And I remember this because it starts at dinner. I mean, there's only so many like guesses they can give you because it takes place, it's like a looping game that's only 12 minutes long. You have to make very specific choices in a specific order to get things to work out the way you want, or else you die and you like Groundhog Day it. Yes? No. All right, let's go with what are we feeling today? Age of Empires 3. Okay. After 2010, it's got nothing to do with history or warfare. It's got nothing to do with real-time strategy or simulators or strategy of any kind for that matter. It's not isometric. It might be some amount of single player or multiplayer. We don't know which. Let's go with maybe let's jump all the way up to, if it's not warfare. I feel like something like Apex Legends isn't warfare, right? That's not warfare. It's combat, it's action, but it's not warfare. All right, so it's either first person or third person. It is not multiplayer or cooperative or battle royale. It is specifically a single player game and only a single player game in either first or third person from 2019. It's got some amount of action or sci-fi, and it is a shooter. Apex Legends might be the polar opposite game from Age of Empires 3. Well, to be fair, we didn't get a whole lot right from Age of Empires 3. So. Doom was Doom 2019. Yeah, I like as a first-person shooter, Doom. What was the specific? Was it just called Doom New, or are we talking about Doom Eternal? I don't think it's the Dark Ages. I think Dark Age is a little too new. Doom 2019? Ah, geez. If only that were here on the list. I'm gonna go Doom Eternal. Feels right. Now, Doom Eternal was 2020. I don't think they released one the year prior to that. Apparently, Doom Eternal had multiplayer as well. Uh, unless they released Doom New the year before Doom Eternal, which I don't know if I buy that. Uh, uh, it does fit shooter, although it is things other than shooter. Also, this is a third-person shooter. This is a third-person shooter, not first-person. Third-person single-player shooter game. Maybe one of the Fallouts, I think, around that time. Was Fallout 4 multiplayer at all? I feel like Fallout 4 was around that time. But, oh, this isn't Bethesda. Fallout's Bethesda, is it not? So regardless, it's not a Fallout game. Oop, sorry. I need to, like, get my hair out of here because it keeps getting trapped in my headphones. And it's not getting any better. What are you doing here? Go. There we go. So if we're not looking at Doom, and this is something that's on PC and Mac, but other things as well. All right. 2019, year before COVID, year-ish. before COVID. Third person shooter. Third person shooter plus other things. Single player only. Single player only. This isn't something I'm gonna have a lot of experience with because I don't play a ton of single player shooters. We're talking about like your BioShocks, Gears 5. Was there a Gears game in 2019? Control? Okay. I could maybe see Control. Control. Let's see what we got. Okay. Well, we've got the right vibe at the very least. We're looking at single player. We've got the shooter plus adventure vibe going on. These are the only two. It's shooter plus adventure. But we are also not looking at this developer. We've got the right vibe with Control. It's got something else going on other than sci-fi as well. We know there's some action or some sci-fi. It doesn't necessarily need to be sci-fi, by the way. I would put good money that it's action, but it's not necessarily sci-fi. When was The Last of Us 2? The Last of Us 2 didn't have multiplayer, right? Last of Us 1 actually did have multiplayer. I don't think The Last of Us 2 had multiplayer. But I feel like The Last of Us 2 was more like 2021. Last of Us Part 2. Oh, dude, you guys got the remastered and shit going on? Come on. Let's go Part 2. That's 2020. Damn. Oh, hey! We've snuck onto the developer publisher scene here. We're looking at either Naughty Dog or Sony Computer Entertainment. We don't know which. We're looking at only Naughty Dog. Last of Us Part 2. Okay, so this is also a PlayStation game, so it's probably just Sony Computer Entertainment, right? Likely not Naughty Dog. If it's a PS4 game, there's a solid chance it was Sony as the publisher. It also got ported to PC. Let's go ahead and take our clue. Ooh, okay. We're not going to get too much more than this. This is a horror game, so I don't think it can be Uncharted anymore. Horror game, horror survival sandbox. Open world, action. PS4 plus PC. Are we looking at... Ooh, horror. It can't be like... It can't be your, The Forest. Can't be anything like that. Open world sandbox. Open world sandbox with horror elements? This can't be like a small little indie game either. Because this is Sony. The Quiet Place game wasn't out then, right? I don't think so. Wasn't that... I don't think so. Also, I don't think I would count A Quiet Place as sandbox open world. The horror sandbox is throwing me off. Because, like, really the only games I think of when I think that are things like The Forest. A survival horror game. Was that stupid dinosaur game? But I don't think that was multiplayer. Single player sandbox. Who the fuck plays single player sandbox games? What does that even look like? Like, you play sandboxes because they're multiplayer, right? I haven't heard of a single player sandbox since fucking Little Big Planet 1. I'm not even sure. I think that had multiplayer, not 100%. Dino Crisis. That might be what I was thinking of. This is the kind of game I was thinking of. Oh, I guess it would be Dino Crisis 2, eh? Well, at least we know that this isn't. Wait, hold on. The only single player sandbox I can think of is Dead Rising. Does Dead Rising fit the year? It doesn't, right? Dino Crisis 1 was considered sci-fi. I would guess that Dino Crisis 2 is also. Are all the Dino Crises Crisi gonna be sci-fi in that matter? Because it's not entirely off base. Are any of the Resi's sandbox open world? Yes, they are all sci-fi. Okay, then probably not that. Because Resi could possibly work here if there's these elements in one of the Resis. I also don't know if Resi is Sony. It's also got to be one of the single player ones. Can't be any of the multiplayer spin-offs. I kind of want to guess a Resident Evil just to see if I'm on the right path with that one. Was it 6? It hasn't touched open world? Okay. DJ, you should stream Clash Royale. No. 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 I'm gonna click this just because I just want to guess something. Keep it moving. Okay, we are not anywhere near Resi 6. It does fit the horror survival vibe. We know it's not Capcom. It's not going to be anything like Alien Isolation, right? I don't think. When have you ever said yes to any of my totally serious recommendations? I don't think I have. Was Dead Rising Capcom as well? I see. Alien is FPS. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Fuck this, man. I have no clue. I'm starting to think you have a vendetta against me. That might be true. That might be true, fish stick. Maybe I secretly hate you. Who knows? You'll just have to sit on that and think about it. Oh, I feel the same way. Well, I knew that. That's not a revelation to me. I'm just gonna guess stuff. I don't think I know this. I'm just trying to come up with anything that could even be remotely connected. Was that obvious? Wow. Yeah. 1,000 Angry Bees. Yes, you were. Sandbox, 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 sandbox. This isn't gonna be some stupid crap like what's the carrying crap around on my back game? What's hiking simulator called? What's the hiking simulator? That has some horror elements in it, right? It's not really a horror game at all, but that's the vibe I'm getting. That's a Japanese game. That might be Sony. Death Stranding, thank you. Ah, yep. There we are with Sony Computer Entertainment again. Oh, hey, Control was also 505 Games. Neat. Dude, I love how vague role-playing game is. Like somehow Control isn't a role-playing game, but Death Stranding is. That's such a it's just like it's like calling something indie. We don't know. We're just kind of vibing. Is it gonna be something like Barotrauma or some shit like that? I suppose there's some aquatic game that requires you to shoot shit. I was also thinking like a BioShock, but I know there haven't been any like big BioShocks recently. Well, if it's not Fallout, and it's not any of the aliens, and it's not gonna be something like Hellblade, that doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna guess that. I know it's not that. Damn, there are a lot of games with hell. I know it's not. Days Gone. I have vaguely heard of this game, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think I could have pulled this one out of my ass. I have heard the name, but that's it. Unreal Engine. This studio was never gonna pop up, and as expected, it was Windows and PS4 and 5. It's a game I've heard of, but that's it. That's all you're getting out of me. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Let's begin. Let's see if I can get the gameplay working off rip, or if this is another one of those games that isn't going to like me tabbed in. Looks like it works fine, though. Alright. I feel like I maybe could have gotten there, but yeah, not a game I care about. Yep. Alright. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I logged on for like 2 minutes to change my settings, so it looked good when I booted it up, but... New game. Ooh, get the animation right off rip. Okay, this is clearly not modern day.
After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far.
Holy shit, you aren't kidding. There's just straight up copy pasted of an English block into the middle of Japan.
Making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
Oh, well. That guy is dead.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Oh no, I've already shot someone and we just started. What the fuck? I hope everyone has their ad blocker on. Ads are coming up in 1 minute. You can always avoid them any number of ways, but up to you. Supreme Court of we give up there. Defendants Antechamber 5. Judicature? I don't actually know where the emphasis is supposed to go there. Judicature? I still can't believe it. Is there an autoplay? Yeah, let me see. What's the pause look like on the autoplay? Okay, that's not too bad. The highest court in Japan waiting to decide my fate. What? Oh god, I could voice this entire thing, but holy. This would take... Are we voicing this whole thing, or are we just reading it? My name is Dionusuke. Dionusuke. Naru. Your last name is Naruhodo? Jesus Christ. Alright, I already know what kind of game this is gonna be. His last name is literally, I see. I am a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. Who the... I like to imagine there's someone just off screen carrying a fan around for this guy, so that his headband can be blowing in the wind indoors. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer. Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case. Why is the bailiff surprised that a lawyer exists? A lawyer, you say? Here, in my courtroom? Perish the thought. No one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities, look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. Yet I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Sup, bro? I like that they've got, like, whole-ass 3D models. Right, Inosuke? Jesus Christ. Chill out, brother. What are you apologizing to me for? No, I suppose I wouldn't. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. This is Kazuma, eh? There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. I don't know, I'm kind of getting bitch-made vibes from Yunosuke. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these last few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But, obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! That's more of the vibe I'm getting from this guy. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. And you have to go deeper with this guy's voice, because he's aura farming constantly with the headband thing. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Yunosuke. Is the audio good for everyone? Music volume's not too high, too low, anything like that. Kazuma Sogi, my best friend. Also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. Sounds decent? Cool, 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 cool. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. Wait, why are you guys... Hold on. He was having an inner monologue. Why did you interrupt his inner monologue? Can you read minds? What the fuck? My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. Oh, sorry. wrong person speaking. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. Hello! How's it going, Luna? We're getting our weeb on right now. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Do you want, like, I think the community's general answer? The community's general answer regarding the sound? I just asked a question like 45 seconds ago, so that's the only one I can think of. On the interrupting the internal monologue. Oh. Oh. Has the community discussed this at length? I didn't realize this was like a hot button topic here. Congratulations, Kazuma! It looks like you're gonna get to study abroad at last. I know. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world? I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. Hold on. Gotta get that camera positioned a little better. There we go. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Literally, I mean, does nobody else pick up on the flowing headband? A bit, I think, because it happens in like, oh, this is like, it's like a recurring thing. I'm glad I picked up on it so fast. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see, oh, sorry. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. I think it would do them well to, like, move the little bar here a little bit so that, you know, when it switches speakers without having to, like, pay close attention to this. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. Full legal name, I see. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time, I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow. Then, partner. I like the white flash, like there's some sort of... something important happened when he said that word. If it were fully animated, it would have like smash cut to a close-up of his face or something like that. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Why are we ending the flashback now? Asogi, may I have a word? Who is this? Who are you? Professor! I didn't know you were coming. What kind of voice does this guy have? Quick. I don't even know this guy's name, but we gotta come up with a voice. Is he even deeper? Does he speak like this? He does seem like the kind of person who would speak like this. Sounds like a lot of beeps to me. Okay, I was more talking about the words, but that's true, that's true. I could just mimic the beeps. Just let you guys read it for yourselves. This feels like a good game for people who are like watching this in the background as I read out all the story. He would be So tell me again, were you dragging or rushing? That guy. How's it going? Unk. We're gonna go super deep. We're gonna go... Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. How were the dulls? They were pretty good. They took a little while, but not too long. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who's this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. Every single one of my Umas needs one of two races. Except two. Every single one of my Uma... Hold on, I'm parsing this statement right now. Needs one of two races to accomplish what? And what are the two exceptions? I shall accompany you. Who's this? Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. One of two races for full... Oh, for potential 5. Gotcha. These motherfuckers all need the Kikuka show. I know how it is. We just kind of like hanging out. Hey buddy, how's it going? If I may? Yes, sorry. God, he's such a bitch. I can already tell just by the way he speaks. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe? Only King Halo and Xmas Biwa don't need either the Tenno Show Spring banners or JP Derby banners. Well, better start requesting them. Yes, that's right. God, the more I listen to him, the higher my voice goes, because it just sounds worse. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Ah. Who in the world would give up Tenno Show Spring banners? Plenty of people. I'd do it. And I give people in my club whatever the fuck they want. If I end up getting low on Tenno Show Spring banners, I just request them myself. Tell you what you can't have, you can pry my Kashiwakinen banners from my cold dead hands because I had to spend a whole bunch to get Kapano Riki up. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. Ooh. Exclamation point. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that that permission will be revoked and never granted again. Nani? Sorry. By the way, 24 Umas at pot 5, 4 at pot 4, 8 at pot 3. I have no idea what my count is. Most of mine are 3, 4, 5. No, all of mine are 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many are which. I only upgrade the ones that I think the skills are actually worth upgrading to. Ah, as I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. Well, I guess he believes in the me that believes in you. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? This man's living under a rock, too. He's never heard of corruption. The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. ... But I didn't do it. I swear it. I'm not a murderer. Yes, Pierce the Heavens, exactly. I'm glad you get the reference. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? The music's getting tense. You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. You couldn't just tell me ahead of time, brother? But then what should I do? Hello, Pa. I figured you might stop by at some point. Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. We getting married? I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Don't be an idiot. Because the UI is slow? Can you just turn up the UI? I feel like you'd be able to turn up the UI, yeah? Just click an extra time, you know what I mean? Objection! Yep. Thank you for the contribution to the 24-hour stream challenge. Defendant. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. That's something lawyers in the US say, I assume. I mean, yeah. Usually it's not quite that extra, but yeah. We do object to things occasionally. Ah, it would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Must not be the defense lawyer. What's up, Doc? Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Bro, aren't bailiffs supposed to be impartial? I didn't know they were allowed to just talk shit as I went into the courtroom. Your courts seem kind of chaotic, TBH? Nah, they're not anything like depicted on TV. Our courts are not particularly chaotic. 99% of the time, it's pretty fucking boring. Just like every other court. It's pretty damn slow and boring. That much I assume, but relative to what I saw in court, it's still chaotic. Have you seen US court cases? And I don't mean like the fucking I kind of want to see how far this is going to zoom in. I'm like judges and shit that you see on YouTube shorts aren't very representative of Sorry, Paul, I only kind of understand what you wrote. I've seen US court cases and I've seen Slovenian court cases, and it's relatively more chaotic over the Atlantic. I'm interested in how so. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. Oh, you still need the 500 subs, you mean? Oh. I see what you're talking about. You're talking about your own channel. I see. I think we are at full zoom. We are indeed. Sorry, I'm also interacting with chat because we're, I like talking to y'all. Lawyers here have a lot less to do. Most of the important stuff happens outside of the courtroom. That's true here too. Stuff like discovery, like all the evidence that you could possibly present in the trial outside of extenuating circumstances, you have to already have procured before the trial start. It's not like you just drop some shit on the defendant's lap and you're just like, bet you didn't know about that, shitter. They already knew that evidence was going to get presented. Like, it's the same thing. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. Also, no jury here. That's a little interesting. I don't know. I feel like I like the jury system. 22nd November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Judicature. Courtroom 2. Oh my god. Bro is tweaking. Holy. So this is courtroom. Why'd they need a jury to bang a gavel and say guilty? Because we don't put the power in the judge's hand. To be clear, some trials do have just a judge and nothing else in the U.S. It's criminal proceedings generally that are guaranteed to have juries. The Supreme Court of Judicature. I'm gonna go with judicature because it's judicate. So, judicature. No court in the land has more power. Not that that's always true in English, but I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Yeah, they look like the SS, I'm not gonna lie. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now, you need to concentrate, Yunosuke. It's about to begin. Okay, bye. I don't want spoiler. What? You're the one who recommended I play this game, bro. What do you mean? Okay, so you have a jury of sorts, though. Your jury just happens to be several judges. How's it going, Jake? Judicature. Judicature? Okay, so judicature. Judicature. Judicature? Judicature? So I was right the first time with judicature. But I guess because here the judge just kind of has to figure out if it's based, the defendant actually did something. Okay. I see. Judicature. Cool. The court will now hear the trial of Yunosuke Naruhodo. This is such a dumbass last name, by the way. Prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. It's a pun, wanna know? Oh, I'm aware. That's why I said it's a dumbass last name. all Ace Attorney names are puns. Oh, okay. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question that we talked about. Don't you dare flashback. Don't you dare flashback. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? I mean, Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate for his defense. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. Oh god. Oh, he's gonna be like the MC. Oh no. Okay, well, we're changing up the voice then. We're just going with my normal voice for the MC. What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Oh, yeah, we're doing my normal voice now, even if he is kind of bitch-made. Just now, before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. Ay. How sad. Means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off. What did he say? Hold on. Am I sensing some tension in the room? No, it's not that really. It's just that... Well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Bro, you really gotta chill. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well. Why is... Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel. Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? He's still tweaking out over here. Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought here before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. Shouldn't you be the one who knows that? Are you allowed to start accusing me of shit like this? Like, this doesn't feel like proper court proceedings. I don't think you can say that kind of thing to me before proceedings have started. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of the Judicature of Japan. Got it right that time. Boom, Judicature. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? I was saying that as he was. I didn't even need to read that. Are you about to hit me with the tutorial? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. Ugh. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank? All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. Ooh, hey, hiccups. Could you go away now? Thanks. Watch as I make them disappear. Because hiccups aren't real. But I can't even find that. That's genuinely how I get rid of hiccups, for those who don't know. You just pretend like they don't exist and they go away. See, I don't have them anymore. It's simple. You can access the court record with a simple press of E. Okay, but not right this second, I guess? Gotcha. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press E for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. This is a list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with E. Okay. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press Z to go back. Okay. Everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Alright, now please allow me to actually look at it so that I may answer the question. John H. Wilson. Damn, I shot some rando, eh? He was a visiting professor of medicine. I see. In forensic medicine. Alright, I can already see how things are connected. John H. Wilson. Gotcha. Now, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Stop looking at me like that, bro. Find the victim in the people section of the court record and then press R to present. Oh, I got to.
Yes!
Yes! The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Haha. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Why the fuck are you berating me, dude? What did I do to deserve that? What did it, like, you can't, I can't answer a question right and then get blasted for it. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Also, follow-up question, what is this guy doing here still? Didn't I already say I'm representing myself? Is he just like a cheerleader? Can't be completing my answers for me. At that point, you might as well just represent me. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is, at present, our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Now I'm looking like he is. He's teaching you on the spot. He's trying, at least. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances... Wait, what's this guy's voice? He's gotta go a little older. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? I really think this is an honor thing. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. I can tell that you are going to do a bang-up job representing the country abroad, eh? And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. Ooh, wait, hold on. He locked in for a second there. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. Oh, never mind. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh, do we get the rest of the flashback now? Yep, he leaves. Uh-huh. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Did you know Dr. Wilson was an Englishman? No! What nationality was he again? Like, where was he from? But, like, where was he actually from? Anybody ever get that one before? Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get... Oh, right. We already read these lines. Yeah. Get out of here. Adios. Give me the next line. British Empire. Wow. It's incredible to think. Wait. Oh my god. I was just thinking about England, and then I see a white guy. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still. Like, Florida? Let me tell you. Did you want, like... Are we talking about my, like, alumni, or... I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table. Sup? Yes, that awkward Japanese bow and head scratch vibe. I know what you're talking about. I've seen this. And introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. That's all we get, man? That didn't even tell me anything. Ay. I see how we're doing this parallel storytelling shit. I see how it's going. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. Holy hyperspeed bow. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. Well, obviously, that was, Oh, I see, we're not presenting yet. Ryunosuke, remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? You know what I really liked about the Danganronpa games? Was in the later games in the series when you could fucking lie. You could just straight up lie to move the conversation forward. You were allowed to just do a little bit of a little lesson in trickery. But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now. Okay. Post-mortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Okay, so it was still in there somewhere. Gotcha. Yes. I don't own a gun. I'm innocent. Problem solved. Well... According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Yeah, close enough. He's got the idea. Learn to read, you imbecile! That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. The, post-mortem report. In the West, Doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, the police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. That seems like a dumb way to do it, I'm not gonna lie to you. Looks like he died. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. Alright, so we've got photography. Gotcha. Damn, he do be looking pretty dead, though. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. He got shot at, like, point blank? In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Danganronpa went too goofy for me, so I high-key only like Danganronpa 1 and Ultra Despair Girls. I feel like that one was pretty goofy, wasn't it? Like, I just really like... I'm far enough into anime that, like, goofy just kind of goes over at this point. It's just like, it's goofy. You know what I mean? It takes a lot for me to lose my suspension of disbelief nowadays in those kinds of games, especially Danganronpa. I just really liked some of the later cases. There were some pretty fun minigames and such. I liked, like, when you would go to court and you would do, like, team things, where, like, you would have to have everybody counter everybody else's shit, and it was this constant back and forth going on. It was good stuff. Good stuff. I liked the games that were later in the series, and I think I liked the story that was a little earlier in the series. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. Oh, we're doing this shit live? Okay. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. I'm almost out of water, by the way. I am going through this water right now. Turns out when you yap constantly, it was just like they were doing the most, especially in 2. Especially in 2, yes. Especially in 2. And Ultra Despair Girls had questionable execution, but probably my favorite core idea and themes overall. Yeah, fair enough. Very well, I'm satisfied with your answers. Jay said, I wanna watch you play the game. Stop reading my shit. The goofiness of Danganronpa juxtaposes the genuine horror of what is happening, creating a unique tone that isn't found much elsewhere. This is true. Yep. It's way too lighthearted for what it is. You're like, and I'm sorry, what are they doing again? Holy shit. Wait, but it's so silly. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. Also, thank you for the stretch in the hydrant. This is it, then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes. Clearly, you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Can you? I mean, I guess. We clearly don't care too much about procedure here. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Where'd the music go, by the way? May I have the music back? He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Kazuma Why'd you have to say it like that, man? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Yeah. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Witness, state your name and Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Hey, buddy, you fucking good? Hold on, I need more water. We'll discuss that in a second. Get some medical help. I return. Alright. Are you still bleeding from your mouth? That's not good. Alright. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, Nah, you can't wipe it on the towel you got over your arm. That's not... It's a regular occurrence, it doesn't really bother me. Well, it really should. That's just my aura. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. Become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. An Occidental eatery 3 days ago. What, y'all don't eat out? Y'all never heard of restaurants before? I like to imagine in Japanese that makes more sense, because it's all in Japanese, and then they put the restaurant in katakana. Like that's a new term for them. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. Oh, we're gonna go with this voice for sure. I just threw that out there, but that works. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits with my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Yes! Oof. Sorry, I've got something, like, stuck in my throat. Hold on. Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him.
Objection!
Objection! Oh, that's his voice? I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. Actually, I guess my voice wasn't too far off, huh? But next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. Let things proceed. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Ugh. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still. What should I do? Wait, do I get to, like... I mean, I guess they're kind of telling me what to do, interject.
Yes!
No, do it anyways. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Objection!
Dear me, what are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. Bro, why are you still coughing up blood? Did you get shot too? Like... I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant, as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. A rough plan of the restaurant. Let me see. Ah, the sketch of the establishment's layout, drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. This is the entrance over here. Okay. I see what's up. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. That definitely looks like a guide to a target, not a waitstaff map. There's just one X on it, yeah. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? And the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. Waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. Sorry, I need to click so that this guy will stop fucking coughing in my face. You get me sick, bro. Dude, I love this aura farming thing. Where he puts he's like, hold on, how far back can I go? Where he like puts his hands out and then brings them in. Like this game is also quite extra, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. No the fuck you don't, bro. I ain't do that. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm gonna be found guilty one way or another, it seems. No? Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Dot, 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 dot. Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikatova's said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. Dot, 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 dot. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face. Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Oh, I'm my own lawyer. That means I have to defend myself. Are you just gonna abandon that duty? Are you gonna give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Yunosuke. Okay, jeez. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. Hey, you're not my lawyer. You can't just say that. Hey, thank you, Racewell. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Ah, there we go. There's the finger. We got the finger. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. DJ playing a new game? You betcha. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie. Prosecutor Ouchie. Please continue with the proceedings. I can't get over that, man. Take that! Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many people call me a saint, but I can be devil when I want to be. Okay. I can be your angle or your devil? Like... In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses. Oh, plural? I'm getting a group thing on? Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Who we got? There is no way we can get a good story out of these two schmucks. Who the fuck are these guys? Yes, sir! The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Iesa no... Iesa Nosa. That's a good name. Yes, sir, no, sir. Iesa Nosa. Reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasate, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Curio correcta. Your service. Wow, racist DJ. That is how you pronounce that fucking name, brother. They are puns. This guy is called Curio Collector. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing! No, you don't? No, I don't what? Know how to pronounce their names?
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with the interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business.
Korekuta. Korekuta is how that's pronounced. And if you just say it quickly, it becomes korekta. That's how that's pronounced. Korekta. I will not be hearing about this. This is the one fucking language I know. I will not be hearing otherwise. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at Le Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. I'm just playing, DJ, don't get mad. No, fight me! Let me have this! He obviously targets Le Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir! It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir! This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. A strange noise, you said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yeah. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. I already see one huge hole, that's what she said. Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir! Standing by, ready to report, sir! Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. Acerbic? I think that's how that's pronounced. Witness testimony. Ooh, minigame time. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. And from the back... That's not how that works. Okay, when am I allowed to... Objection! I'm pretty sure the waiter's map doesn't have marks for any other diner present. Yeah, but the guy did testify that there were 3 tables of people. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. Ah, we get to do cross. Gotcha. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim.
Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! That wicked university cadet, sir! The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it, so I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, someone else shot it. Is bringing a knife to a court allowed? It's probably dull, it's fine. Well, if that's the truth, then there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. Yes, as evidence and as a weapon in asymmetry. I see there's precedent. Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Well, I thought they were gonna allow me to do that. I didn't realize they had to be like, excuse me, I would like to cross-examine. Do it now! As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. What kind of fucking kangaroo court are we living in? Therefore, it is my grave duty. Bro raised his hand. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean, the defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? I mean, like... We do object sometimes, but we don't object to the judge. We have to object to objections. The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. Wait, no, you can't object to me cross-examining people. It's like the most basic of things. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
There we go. Boom! Hit him with the boom. The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Gulp. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Alright. Did bro actually go to school? He is very cool. This guy is aura farming hard at every moment. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness's lie. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
He was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. I don't even think I need to press him on this, do I? Like, we have a photograph of him getting shot in the chest.
Yes!
This man is raising his hand in a courtroom. Holy shit, wait, no, bro's right. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache? Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. I like how he is able to cut the music by slamming his fist. Yes, Jordan, it is the stankiest YouTube channel on YouTube. But only from the chest up. No stanky legs involved. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Kazuma, what are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Yesanosa? Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Ah. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. Kazuma's theme is so cool. He's just constantly, yeah. Peak shit. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Hey, who the fuck is that? Hey. What was that? Whoa. Did you bring your kid? Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were looking at your child, it would seem. Firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Yesanosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here at this grand courtyard. Yeah. Ah! Why the old man shaking? Low blood sugar? I don't know. That baby 100% gotta be the killer. I've played enough AA games. The baby was the killer. If it's not just the fucking woman sitting across from him, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because, like, they mentioned her once, and that was Chekhov's murderer. It could be the baby, I guess, but, like, what? I guess, I don't know Ace Attorney well enough. It could be the fucking baby, man. I know you're probably joking, but, like, I don't know how weird it gets. So, oh my god, I saw him, hold on, he dropped the name. He dropped the name of the game, y'all. So this is what being an Ace Attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
But I never fired the gun. Ooh, bad gun safety. Admitting to bad gun safety. Yikes. I realize we can't all be America, but everybody in America knows some gun safety. People just choose to ignore it because they're idiots. We've all heard it, at least. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? I don't think the old man has said a single useful thing so far. Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Okay. Treasure? Indeed! The Hoya Koban, my prized coin! On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute, in the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you. On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I preferred my Hoya treasure, proffered. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, was there no more? It was there no more. It simply vanished. The Koban vanished? Hunting around under the table, I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did! But I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoya treasure. Nothing could distract me. Alright. Okay. Damn, bro. Out of interest. Did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoya Koban was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prized coin for himself. Not this guy looking away. Yeah, he doesn't know shit. Exactly. As I'm sure you're aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. The government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. You cannot do that, bro! Don't worry, we're gonna catch someone today. By God, someone in this courtroom is getting locked in prison. I don't give a fuck if it's the judge. You are all in here, and one of us is not leaving. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Archie? Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. Eyewitnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh. Not to zoom in on the gavel every single time it's used. Very well, the court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir, at once, sir! Awaiting signal to testify, sir! Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative! The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir! Name? I don't know, sir. I don't know, sir. It seems those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Ido. Tension! Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. I don't know, sir. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Wait, I thought you couldn't be distracted. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Huh. Not the snotty baby spreading COVID everywhere. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Why would you present, bro? Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Counsel? Indeed. Of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. Huh. Okay. Curious. I don't see anything in this image that immediately stands out as there being a second person there. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. Bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen at the victim's table. Okay. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I... Taketsuchi Ouchi. I don't know if that full name is a pun, but Ouchi is funny. Will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. ... How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Yunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick, understood? Rules can be so unbending at times. Alright, so we're gonna press people on this one, I guess? I think we're allowed to press people however much we want, right? Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. As pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black, that much I myself did see. I'm gonna press him a little bit on this. Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time, but I've told you already, that's only because I'd picked it up off the floor. Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away. I had just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment... Yeah, I remember this bit. Objection! How's it going, Turtle? Gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry, what do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas, conversely, I failed to pick up the Koban from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you. With pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. Standing over the foreigner? Okay, hold on. I need to peek my options here. Just watching the Fallout show? Is that any good? I want to examine this. Not much I can do with this. There's like a magnifying glass option? Oh wow. There's not really much to see here though. It's not like there's any evidence left on the table. I was trying to see if bro drank like a whole bottle or something. I'm not seeing any of that in this photo. Yo! Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Let me press him on that. You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there. Somehow really good with time, but also really bad? Wait, really good with time? You mean like the timeline of the show, or do you mean like the more you watch it?
Objection!
As you may have been at pains to point out time and again, feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
If only there had been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. A quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course, the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Counsel? And why the fuck didn't you put it up earlier?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Hota Clinic? Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it has really no bearing on the case.
I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted or not? Well, yeah, why would I ever not?
Yes!
I mean, the timeline, yeah, parts of the show set 200 years in the past, mostly good, but some parts just don't line up. Can't explain it without spoiling, though. Okay, word. Yeah, it's a relatively recent show, right? So don't be spoiling for anyone, even if I might not watch it. If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds?
I think it might be useful.
The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
Well, hi. I say hi to you too, Turtle.
Sounds good.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. Most disturbing trend.
I'm sorry, it's disturbing to have rights? Who the fuck is this guy? Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. The victim's medical report card has been entered into the court record. What we need right now is new clues. Keep pushing, people. Yep. Yep.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt.
Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korekuta-san. Ooh. I almost really sneezed there, holy.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
I'm gonna just press him on every statement. So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone.
That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in. So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen, there is only a single beefsteak on the victim's table. A meal for one.
No. The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out.
Yes!
When I press this guy too. Why aren't you telling the truth? What did you say, cadet? I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed, but for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right. Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But if such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time. Dot 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 dot. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I don't feel like it changes much. At least not yet, certainly. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't actually read this shit, did I? But I can't. So, like, maybe this was a scripted thing to read it. Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. Sure, yeah, I didn't realize I was allowed to do that. You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are ones you may examine. Uh-huh. Press space and you can take a closer look. Uh-huh. Use the arrow keys. Uh-huh. To rotate it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. By using WASD, you can move the cursor around. Cool. If the crosshairs pulsate, you're looking at a clue. Okay, well, yeah, let's fucking get on with it then. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Free sword? I mean, it's his sword. It's not exactly free. I assume he paid for it. Jeez, that's a lot of buttons just to look at evidence. Yep. I've got, like, this is like a full-time job right now. Okay. Ooh, okay. And we can turn it over as well. Oh, look at that. There's more evidence back here. Hold on. Take a peek at this. Looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment. That's why. The family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine. Going to a doctor, I mean. As long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. I'm sorry, why? What the fuck? What a weird opinion to have. What? Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So, you don't like doctors, then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine. They give you painful injections. This man is a 12-year-old. This is a 12-year-old. And then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege. All when you're at your lowest step. Okay, that last bit's fair enough, but I thought Japan had that kind of shit figured out a little bit. You sound like a model patient. The bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is a very bitter medicine indeed. Okay. Curious. What we got here? It says Hota Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Bro, chill out. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Urgh. I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to have only had one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Keep looking for clues. You don't want to miss anything. Okay, I mean, I just got a report or an achievement that said for having thoroughly investigated the report card, so I think I might have gotten everything. Can I... Do I have to inspect this a second time? I mean, in the clinics though, right? Just like going there to... Just for them to be like, yep, your blood pressure is normal. He's like, nah, fuck that. Hey, I'm glad I could give you a small respite, Catboy. Just a little bit of... You saw a cool sword and now your day is made. Okay, yeah. Yep, I already read this, yep. Oh, can I open it as well? Oh, I'm allowed to open it. Neat. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? Yeah, that, It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. It's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Though it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. What, did he just fucking die? Is this what happened? He just, like, had a heart attack and dropped his cigarette onto his jacket or some shit? That would be crazy. Possible, but crazy. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. So the meal wasn't for him. Also possible. It's possible he wasn't the one eating, she was. This is also possible. I wonder how he dropped his gun. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Alright, well, let's get on with it. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black, that much myself I did see, that's fine. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. So, like, it's either this one or this one, right? He was dining all by himself seems the most relevant, though. He wasn't dining at all. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I pressed the wrong button. So now I have to listen to this man yap again. Yes, that's exactly what he means. Come on. I don't like that I'm not allowed to skip this. Like, I'm not allowed to press a button to have the text just appear. Normally it doesn't matter because I'm just speaking it out loud anyways and it lines up just fine, but when I have to read this shit a second time, like, great. Like, I'm locked into this. I would like to present this.
Yes!
Yes!
Um, well, I think, about what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully... Bro! I'm telling you, there's some tension here. You knew exactly what it is you wanted to say. Is this doomed, Yaoi? Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright, and thanks for the advice. Korekuta-san. Korekta-san, sorry. This is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Objection! Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten your words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. It's not irrelevant, though. But that's, dude, this guy is a horrible, horrible prosecutor. Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one besides this pale-faced pupil. Stop. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hota Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted? What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim had been forbidden from eating. Bling, bling, bling! Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't... Korekta-san. What, boy? What? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more? You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Why would he go to a restaurant on his own when he can't eat? Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Dude, you just blasted him with a shockwave there. Excellently done, partner.
Objection!
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. Well, now it kind of has the opposite meaning, doesn't it? You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Thank you, Kazuma. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak? The turns have tabled. Oh, have the turns have tabled. The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... me? An as yet unknown third party. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
Yes!
There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial, relentlessly. Kazuma, are you insane? You would take on the government? Nah, that's a fucking bluff, but shh, don't tell anyone. Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them. Those two witnesses on the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury? And, since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit? In murder? No! Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told. Oh, hey, you might have just admitted to something. Whoops. Oh. What? What did you just say, Correcta-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders? Now, hold on, then. I was, Say you never saw the gentlewoman? When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, Yupan? Just one. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order! Order! Council, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouths shut? That's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? Backed after food and forgetting happens to the best of us. You wouldn't. This can't be happening. We do know, Skid. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Achi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Now, that's a little bit of a bold stretch. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we can make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? Before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh, yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers! If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait. Your Excellency, I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about this? Well, Your Excellency. No time to think. I mean, like, we could probably examine quite a few of these. But I do notice that we're coming up on 3 hours now, actually. And we got ads in 2.5 minutes. When am I allowed to... Ooh, excuse me, save this game. Let me save here. We made some good progress today, though. I'm liking it so far. It's a fun game to play on stream, especially. I'm gonna resave it again. It is a fun game to play on stream. Get some voice acting practice in the middle of my streaming. Alright, so who do we raid today? We've got a Golgi, we've got Saren, we've got Niwa playing Elden Ring with Nushi, we've got Grim playing Heavy Rain with Rose. We got a whole bunch of people here. Anybody feeling, we feeling Elden Ring, we feeling Uma, we feeling Heavy Rain, we feeling Planet Zoo? Any preferences there? If not, I'm probably just gonna flip a coin. Or roll a D8. D4, whatever. Roll a D5. That's what I need to do. Roll D5. Is that even a thing? Nope, that's a D6. Alright, here we go. This is just the one that popped up. We're gonna do this. I'm doing it live. 2. That corresponds to Grim. We're rating Grim. Prepare yourselves. We're off. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I hope to see you all again for the next chapter in the saga, which is just tomorrow, and then probably a couple times a week for the next 70 million years, because it's a JRPG, and that's probably how long it's going to take. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow for that. Bye!